When I was in prison, if I got into a fight or I did something else that could send me to the hole, they would put me in handcuffs, they would walk me up to the watch office, and they would interrogate me. They would take me down to the hole and put me inside a cell. Then they would send an officer to my cell and population, and they would pack up all my stuff. So all my food, all my hygiene, all my clothes, all my shoes, all my sheets, my TV, anything that I had. And that relied on them asking my roommate telling them what belonged to me and what belonged to him. Didn't always work that way. You definitely had roommates who wanted to keep some of your stuff or wanted to lie about it or see if they could slide under the radar. And then when you get out of the hole, be like, oh yeah, man, I had no idea. I didn't mean to keep your TV for the whole time you were back there, but it wasn't like I could use it while I was back there. So what they'd do is they'd stick all that in the storage unit of the hole and they'd inventory it. And I was supposed to get a list of the inventory, but that was it. I didn't have access to it because I couldn't have that stuff while I was in the hole. When I got out, they would give me a cart. They'd put my boxes in the cart and I would take that to my new cell and population. But it didn't always work that way. And I actually lost a job because of what an officer did when they packed up my property. So I went back to the hole under suspicion of fighting. I didn't get a charge. I didn't get convicted. Didn't actually get found guilty of anything. But the boots never made it back there with me. I remember looking at my sheet and asking the officer, he was like, oh yeah, I think they're in there. Yeah, we just didn't mark it down. So okay, I'm not really worried about it. Like no roommate is going to steal my boots because these are state boots. They're given out by the state. They're not like great. I get out. I don't have them. Try to go to work. The wood shop guy says, hey, no, you have to have boots come in here. You can't wear tennis shoes or personal shoes or anything. So I go to laundry and I say, hey, I never got my boots. Like, here's my paperwork. I don't know what happened, but I need to get them back so I can go to work. The laundry guy was like, yeah, no, like that's your problem, your responsibility. So, bro, I was in handcuffs in the hole. Like I couldn't control what they did with my stuff. That was an officer. He went back and forth. He just did not care. They ended up sending me to the watch office, talked to the watch commander, and he was like, bro, I'm having such a hard day. I don't feel like dealing with that asshole at laundry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, go tell them they need to let you into work. Tell them the watch commander said. Basically, I ended up losing my job because nobody wants to cooperate and help because the officer who packed up my property didn't grab my state boots and didn't allow me to have them, so I couldn't go to work. So, yeah, I lost my job.